Well, we could talk about heat pumps, but let's talk song. Today I'm going to react to Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift, request by Patreon members JC, as well as YouTube member Paula Freitas, and regular viewers Hobbit Jean, Mink King, Ted Jacobs, The Garden Band, Rubja One, The Human Dung Beetle, and Orion G. I'm really interested in finding out what makes Guilty as Sin specials and what the songwriting learnings might be. So without further ado, let's get going. Interesting. 4 bars of drum intro and then we jump directly into the verse. Step number 1, let's find the tonal center. Boom, I believe might be it. I feel like we are in the key of B minor or D major, but I also feel that we don't start on this, but instead of maybe a 4 chord or maybe a 4 chord. No, it's the other way around. We start on the B minor chord. And then we go to the G chord, to the 4 chord. So we've got a 6 minor to 4 progression with the melody doing this here. Interesting that the E would not be part of the B minor chord. So we add this juicy thing here. Really cool, making this floaty and hanging like crazy. That's the idea, right? So first idea, and the answer is this time going down to that, we could say tonic, tonal center B from B minor. Lyrics so far: drowning in the blue Nile, he sent me downtown lights. Maybe cultural references that I don't get. Okay, and there is a third line with I hadn't heard it in a while before the patterns repeat. It's kind of an afterthought within that progression. Let's look at melody here. I hadn't heard it in a while. It starts like he sent me downtown lights, but then it does something weird and crazy. Might it be this? I hadn't heard it in a while. Let's confirm. I hadn't heard it in a while. Yes! Really cool. So third line with I hadn't heard it in a while, completing that AAA rhyming pattern with Nile, lights, and while. Repeat the ideas from the first verse half, but we break the rhyming pattern with my boredom's bone deep. Doesn't rhyme with Nile, lights, or while anymore, but this cage was once just fine, still does. Okay, so we break the pattern just a little bit to come back to it later. Am I allowed to cry? And again, this time shortening the idea that went all the way down before. Now it's just, am I allowed to cry? I dream of cracking locks, throwing my life to the... Interesting. So, was the first thing maybe the chorus with certainly hooky. Here now we keep the chord progression, but we go into a little bit of a storytelling mode. I dream of cracking locks. Interesting. Stress on the minor 7 of the B minor chord. It's almost spoken language, right? Throwing my life to the wall. Oh, barely any movement in the melody. The ocean rocks. I dream of cracking locks, throwing my life to the wolves of the ocean rocks. What is that? Certainly 3 lines. I would say A, B, XA or XA rhyme, because we don't know if wolves will rhyme with anything. I dream of cracking locks, throwing my life to the wolves of the ocean rocks. Certainly beautiful.
Crashing into him tonight.
We are still there, right? Tonight still not rhyming with wolves. So I would say AXAX so far.
He's a paradox. I'm seeing visions. Am I bad?
Melodic variation. Right? He's a paradox. I'm seeing visions. Am I bad? Paradox still, of course, completing the rhymes with locks and rocks.
Or mad or wise.
Oh, interesting. So, first, the chord changes. We are going to find out what that is first.
Or mad or wise. What if he's written? Or mad or wise. What?
I think that we hear a D major with F sharp and bass, right? Creating that nice passing idea from G to F sharp that the bass can do. The next interesting thing is the melodic variation. Remember that we were in that spoken language idea that says so very, very static. In general, we did this here.
I'm seeing visions. Am I bad?
With the first variation.
Or mad or wise.
And then we have a two-note motif that we developed. Hammering in that E as the target note all the time. Third thing that we observe here is this beautiful internal rhyme with bad and mad, right? With I'm seeing visions, am I bad or mad or wise? What's next?
What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my...
Certainly chorus material with that beautiful pickup melody. Step one, let's find the chords.
One slip and falling.
A 1-5-4 progression, very, very traditional. D, A, and G. Step 2, melody.
What if he's written my upper thigh, only in my mind?
Wow, beautiful thing at the end. We spot a similarity with the first idea in that we hammer in that E, in that case the 9 of the D major chord, that is the target note all the time.
What if he's written my
Right? We always go back there.
upper thigh, only in my mind?
Beautiful thing. Go! A prosodic element with the lyrics that I'm going to come back to in a second. Because the lyrics say, what if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? 3 lines again. AAA rhyming pattern with mind, thigh, and mind. What's really cool is that this here is sung on the mind syllable, creating what is called a melisma. This is when one syllable gets many notes. At the same time, this creates a dreamy atmosphere that is exactly what the lyrics are about. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? What if all of this was just a dream, which is why we do dreamy melody stuff. Cool.
One slip and falling back into the headspace.
Okay, a tiny thing that transitions to the second chorus half.
One slip and falling.
Right? One slip and falling.
What a way to die.
We bring back that Same idea. One slip and falling. Then we've got back into the hedge maze. What a beautiful lyric line. Oh, what a way to die. So, what if he's written mine on my upper thigh only in my mind? It was a pretty clear rhyming pattern with one slip and falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die. Not so much, okay? Die goes back to that first 3 lines, but the maze doesn't really fit. What we have got is a really cool idea with back and hedge forming an internal rhyme, right? One slip and falling back into the hedge maze. Really cool. Again, this I keep recalling this time that does rhyme with one slip and falling. Now this is interesting. What is that? A post-chorus? What's the first interesting thing? Let's stick to the chords first. Is that we don't go back to the 1, but instead we stay on the 4. Instead we stay on that subdominant feeling. Then we take this up from 4 to 5, and then we go from 5 to 1, in a way reversing the chord progression from before, where we had 1, 5, 4, now we have 4, 5, 1, and then there is a really beautiful 4th chord that I haven't quite understood just yet. I think it might be the D with F sharp and bass that we heard before. Certainly, yes. So 4, 5, 1, we stay on the 1, but we offer bass variation with the major 3 with the F sharp in the bass. Melody with that post-chorus idea that starts with the same transition. I keep recalling. Things we never did. Interesting stop in the middle of the word never. What are trysts with a Y? Messy top lip kiss, how I long for our trysts. You know, let me know in the comments. This was messy top lip kiss. And of course, top lip needs a leap up, right? In terms of prosody. Messy top lip kiss. Otherwise it would have been bottom lip. Repeat the idea. With Taylor signature leaps. Same idea in terms of leap. But we develop it a little bit. Okay, this is where we land. How can I be guilty as sin? That is some kind of resolution. It is not the tonal center, it's not the D, but the major 3, which offers a little comfort. Lyrics. As I said, I keep recalling, certainly goes back to one slip and falling, and then it's things we never did, with a funny stop in the middle of the word never. Messy top lip kiss, how I long for our trysts. So I keep recalling things we never did. Messy top lip kiss, how I long for our trysts are certainly 4 lines that rhyme with each other, A. And then, without ever touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin? Leaves the rhyme a little bit. So I would say A, B rhyming pattern with the title of the song, How Can I Be Guilty as Sin, as kind of the punchline to the whole thing.
How can I be guilty as sin?
We go back to the 6 minor, okay?
I keep these longings alive.
Is that a line, a melodic idea that we know from before?
He sent me downtown love.
Yes, but she starts with the second melody idea from verse 1. Remember that the first idea was this one.
Drowning in the blue Nile.
Okay? Drowning in the blue line. And the answer was, he sent me downtown lights. Interestingly enough, she starts with the second idea, okay? Probably because she needed the time to land on this how can I be guilty as sin that landed on the 6 minor, so she couldn't have this downbeat beginning of the melody.
In lowercase inside a vault.
Same things from verse 1. So the first line is missing, interesting. The rest is pretty similar. I keep this longings locked with alliteration on the L sound, and the alliterations continue with in lowercase inside a vault. Locked and vault rhyming loosely with each other.
There's no such thing as bad thoughts.
Okay, someone told me does not rhyme with bad thoughts. Bad thoughts is in the same direction as locked and vault.
Only your actions talk.
And the shortened version that we already know from verse number 1, only your actions talk, very clearly rhyming in that locked vault thoughts field.
These fatal fantasies giving way to labored breath.
We know this. This is all the verse developments that we know from the first thing before the chorus. These fatal fantasies giving way to labored breath. So again, F alliterations with fatal fantasies.
If it's make believe, why does it feel like a vow?
And this why does it feel like a vow with that variation we already know, which was...
I'm seeing visions, am I bad?
right?
We'll both uphold somehow.
This is a bit different because we had this am I mad or bad or wise, and here we combine the lines a bit more, make it more subtle, make it transition better. Why does it feel like a vow we'll both uphold somehow? Clearly rhyming.
If he's written mine on my upper thigh, on the inside.
This is really, really fun to play along. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh only in my mind? Way to die. We expect to stay on the G now.
I screamed his name, built
Lyrics different though. My bed sheet are ablaze. I've screamed his name. Brilliant.
up like waves crashing over my grave.
Building up like waves crashing over my grave. That's sentimental.
Touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin?
Again, we have got the resolution with without ever touching his skin. How can I be guilty as sin? I think now the sin does not go back to the B minor idea, but instead resolves differently.
What if I roll the stone away?
Primary bridge that takes the chords from the chorus. 1, 5, and 4 in a very broken down fashion. What if I roll the stone away? They're gonna crucify me anyway. Okay, this is throw the first stone biblical stuff.
What if I roll the stone away?
This is basically how can I be guilty as sin in terms of melody movement.
How can I be guilty as sin?
So this is the exact same range, the exact same movement downward, and this now says, what if I roll the stone anyway?
What if I roll the stone away?
Also, rolling stones need downward movement. You can't really roll a stone up the hill unless you're Sisyphus.
They're gonna crucify me anyway.
Same idea. They gonna crucify me anyway. More syllables on the A, but still we've got the rolling motif.
What if the way you hold me
Okay,
is actually what's holy?
repeat. What if the way you hold me is actually what's holy? Both a rhyme and an alliteration with hold me and hold.
Long-suffering propriety.
That's a really weird word to include into a pop song. If long-suffering propriety. Okay, if we take the melody and move it up.
Is what they want from me. They don't know how.
And I think the chords do the things that they did in the second chorus half, where they reverse the chord progression and go from 4 to 5 to 1.
If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me.
Yes, so we've got 4, 5, and 1, rhythmically relatively loose melody.
They don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly.
Okay, different ideas, different, almost ad-lib things.
I choose you and me.
Religiously, and that of course also goes back to crucifixion and throwing stones. So if long-suffering propriety is what they want from me, they don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly, I choose you and me religiously. So we've got a lot of rhymes that at least stick to the last syllable. Actually, we would have needed baccatum. So stress on the third last syllable and forming the rhymes from there on, but still we have the similarities between the lines.
He's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind.
Interesting. So the band certainly takes his time. Or everyone was expecting this pickup idea where we start with the band on the written. What if he's written mine? But she certainly takes her time, and the mine thing is where the band comes in.
What if he's
Written mine on my upper thigh, on my melodic variation. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh? Again, upper thigh, not lower thigh.
in
Mine. Beautiful. But a way to die. Okay, first time that she doesn't do. But she says, oh, what a way to die, and stays there.
one way to die.
Where to die. And
I keep recalling things we never
kiss, I long for your trace.
without ever not be guilty as sin.
And again, we resolve to the D major. Let's see what the outro has to offer.
He sent me downtown lights.
He sent me downtown lights. Again, this second line of the first verse.
I hadn't heard it in a while. Am I allowed to cry?
Am I allowed to cry? And this is pretty much it. Yes. Am I allowed to cry? And this was Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift and Jack Antonoff. And I'm sure we can take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1 is something quite curious that I haven't seen, which is to leave out the first line of your second verse if it somehow interferes with the last line of the chorus in terms of rhythm. Which is why she chose not to give us this drowning in the Blue Nile idea
Drowning in the blue Nile.
that we knew from the beginning of verse 1, but instead she starts directly with that idea here,
He sent me downtown lights.
changing the lyrics, of course, which in that case would have been, I keep these longings locked.
I keep these longings lost.
And she can't give us the first downbeat idea because the seat is taken by How Can I Be Guilty as a Sin that lands on that first downbeat.
How can I be guilty as sin?
Ba-da-da-ba-bum. This would have been the same spot, right? So it was taken, and it's apparently legal to leave out the first line and instead continue with the second line in your second verse. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Songwriting learning number 2. Sometimes simple and conventional chord progressions are all you need for a very powerful poppy chorus. In that case here, Taylor and Jack Antonoff chose the very, very classical and traditional 1-5-4 progression that creates this power here. Right? So this is something that we all know that really kicks in with the pickup melody and stuff. So sometimes conventional stuff can be just what you were looking for. And songwriting learning number 3 is about writing melody hooks that also are prosodic as hell. In that case, it's the mind idea. Mind. Not only does that represent musically what an imagination, a dream is, but also it's the strongest melodic section of the whole thing. It repeats, it comes back with What a Way to Die. It's something that features in every chorus. So this is something that we have to be aware of when writing our own songs. Spot the hooks and repeat them. And this was my live reaction on the fly analysis of Taylor Swift's Guilty as Sin. If you liked my video, please make sure to give me the thumbs up, to subscribe to the Let's Talk Song channel, and to leave friendly comments, maybe also suggesting other songs that you would like me to analyze. Let me thank all the people who requested Guilty as Sin, but especially Andrew Morgan and Hugh MSE here on YouTube, and JC Prince of Wales and Amy May over on Patreon for their active financial support of this enterprise. If the rest of you also want to contribute, I suggest you check the links in descriptions. I guess we've talked song, you can talk about heat pumps now. Bye bye!